We are the mid-wheel drive manufacturer. We do manufacture a rear-wheel drive chair as well. The biggest extent of our line is mid-wheel drive because we see the major benefits for turning radius, as mid-wheel drive is the tightest turning radius that's available due to that drive wheel configuration. The 6000Z you see here has a variety of color options, and it's all going to be changing the frame color on the metal. So what you see in a silver option here, you have in a variety from your metallic reds, metallic blues, blacks, the silvers, the sunburst orange. So we make a variety of colors that are standard on the order form, but we also offer a variety of colors that are available off the order form as well. So if you are willing to wait an extra couple weeks, we can do pretty much anything through our custom department and actually color match. And there are going to be front lights, turn signals, and rear lights as well, but it is all an option and an additional accessory add-on. On the reclining back, you can use a standard reclining back, which is a typical foam overlay. You can use what's called our True Comfort or True Comfort Plus back, which you see here, which is a little bit thicker, a little more contoured, and provides a little more plush feel for the person in the chair. And we actually make a reclining interface bracket, which actually allows you to mount our backs or other aftermarket backrests to our recline and still maintain the shear reduction component. We like to say, shear reduction because there really is no such thing as zero shear because everybody shears somewhat. But yeah, we have the shear reduction component built into every recline. It's not an upcharge or it's a standard component when you order our recline because we feel it's a necessity. You'll see this slide track, this slide rail, and these pre-drilled holes on top. What we actually do with all of our power seating and static seating is actually build in 4 inches of adjustment in width and in depth. So even when they order a fixed depth package, or fixed depth in length, we can actually change that and they get an option. So if they order an 18 deep, there's actually a 16 to 20 package where they can get 2 inches shorter, 2 inches deeper of adjustment. This slide track also allows us to actually move or dial in very precisely the angle of our armrest so we can loosen up bolts and slide things around and really lock it into exactly what's going to be best for the client. The armrests themselves actually are a simple release lever and they flip back out of the way and they try to stay fairly flush with the backrest so there's nothing going to be scratching if people are doing lateral transfers in and out of the chair. If that still is in the way, it's a push button and release and the armrest pops all the way off and it's very light. We also have armrest adjustment here. And we try to use the slide tracks wherever we can, so we're using them here as well. So it actually provides you, instead of every inch or half-inch increments to position an armrest, really it provides you kind of infinite adjustability up and down that, which provides more adjustability for height, but not just height, but for angle, which can play a pivotal role too in people still accessing their armrest and their joystick and their drive control. So similar to the seat rails and the adjustments for the armrest, we try to stick with these slide tracks for a lot of our adjustability. It just provides ease and almost infinite adjustability for people to dial in the positioning of components. So our calf pads are actually attached via 2 Allen screws again. You don't have to take anything off, just loosen them up, slide them up and down, and tighten them back in to get the exact location where you want them to be. You see this bottom piece actually traveling out or articulating out to compensate for where the knee position actually is over top of the seat cushion. By extending out, we're trying to make sure the feet aren't getting pushed back up and the knees back up towards the client's chest. And these are actually adjustable as well. The foot plates have adjustability from underneath, and from the 4 screws here, these are actually separated right versus left. There's adjustment. So if there is leg length discrepancies as well, they can be individually adjusted as well. With our True Balance lift and tilt system, it actually incorporates a 10-inch lift with the tilt mechanism. We still get a 50-degree center of gravity shift on the tilt. And what the center of gravity means is as I'm tilting back, the seat actually is sliding or traveling forward over the wheelchair here a few inches. You'll see it shift. Just trying to keep it over the center of the wheelchair, getting a more stable base of support. That allows us to get farther and farther back, providing you still 50 degrees of tilt. So with the True Balance lift and tilt system, it actually combines this 10-inch elevate with the tilt operation, and it's a dual actuator 2-motor system, and you'll see the 10 inches of elevation. Why 10 inches and why this is such a big deal is because 10 inches gives us more, hopefully, functional access for the consumer to actually reach things in their environment, gets more eye level with peers. One of the big benefits of the lift and tilt system is that it still maintains a 4-tower connection to the actual base or wheelchair, and that provides more stability in an elevated and a downward position, One of the big concerns about a standard seat elevator, we call a pedestal elevator, is that it has one pole that connects the seat to the actual wheelchair, and when you have a seating system that sits on that one post, it can rock and shift depending on what's going on in the environment. So having 4 places to connect and actually integrate with the base gives it a more stable feel for the consumer. Another big benefit of using the 4-tower mount system too is that we can typically get a little bit lower for seat to floor height. So using a scissor-like mechanism in 4 towers lets us actually to collapse the seat frame over what we call like the subframe, or this area here, letting you get lower seat to floor heights, which is typically important for those people who are still trying to do and perform transfers in and out, whether it be lateral transfers at different heights or stand pivot transfers out of the front of the chair. We engineer and design all of our parts in Pennsylvania. It depends on the specific component where it may be manufactured. Some of our partner manufacturers are in Europe and overseas, so it just kind of depends on component to component where it comes from. One of the exciting things about working with Pride and Quantum is how we manufacture and engineer our products and look for new technology, which is, we come up with an idea, but we didn't come up with it. We actually got it from consumer feedback. So we do a lot of focus groups from consumers. We do clinician focus groups. We actually do service tech focus groups as well to tell us how to make our chairs easier to work on. On our website, we do have a provider locator where they can plug in a zip code and get providers that are in that area. And levels of service and expertise are actually listed on the website.
Pride's Quantum 6000Z. Transportation provided by the Braun Intervan. www.braunability.com. Brought to you by the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation and Gold Pictures. Filmed on location at Universal Studios, California.